Good evening, everyone. Welcome this evening. My name is Philip Storer. I'm the Chief Executive Officer at Boroondara City Council. Pleased to welcome you here this evening. I'd like to acknowledge the Wurundjeri Woiwurrung people as the traditional owners and original custodians of this land and pay my respects to their elders past and present and elders who may be from other communities and are here today. Due to the recent general election, we currently do not have a mayor. We hope to solve that problem tonight. Or a deputy mayor for that matter. So that really means that I need to chair this meeting, and that is a requirement of the Local Government Act as well. So I'll be the temporary chair for the purposes of electing a mayor. Once that process is concluded, then the mayor will take over the chairing of the meeting from that point. So I'll start by introducing our elected councillors, commencing to my left at the beginning of the horseshoe table, Councillor Lisa Hollingsworth, Councillor Michael Nolan, Councillor Mel Osmond-Smith, Councillor Felicity Sinfield, Councillor Shima Ibuki, Councillor Chris Pattis, Councillor Wes Galt, Councillor Rob Baillieu, Councillor John Friend Pereira, my apologies, Councillor Sophie Tawney, and Councillor Victor Franco. Thank you. So before we commence the meeting, I'd just like to request that all mobile phones either be turned to silent or turned off. If you would please, that'd be much appreciated. The council meeting is being live streamed on the council YouTube, so you can watch proceedings live if you wish. In addition to that, there will be a recording made available on the YouTube channel, and that will be put up as soon as practically possible after the meeting. So I'll begin with apologies and ask Mr. Wee, are there any apologies for this evening?
Through you, Chair, there are no apologies this evening.
Thank you. If I could move on to declarations of conflict of interest or any councillor or council officer. Are there any declarations of conflict of interest? There appear to be none. Thank you. So we'll move on from there. Before we're able to accept nominations for the position of Mayor or Deputy Mayor, we must first of all resolve the duration of the term. Under the Local Government Act, the term can be a maximum of 2 years. Typically at Boroondara, the practice has been for a 12-month period, and the recommendation is that we maintain that practice for a 1-year term. So what I ask is that one of you move a motion to the effect of what is on the screen. So I'm looking for a mover, please. Councillor Sinfield.
Happy to move the officer's recommendation.
Thank you. Is there a seconder? Councillor Hollingsworth.
Happy to second, thank you.
Thank you. Nobody opposed to that? I'm going to put that motion. Everyone in favour? Yes, that's carried unanimously. Thank you. Before we commence with the primary business of this evening, I think it's prudent that I provide some context as to how we arrive here this evening. So the election of the Mayor, the Deputy Mayor and the meeting chairs is a decision to which Council gives considerable and significant weight. Since the Council have taken the oath of affirmation or of office, each councillor who has an interest in one of these positions has had the opportunity to nominate. The councillors have had rigorous conversations, deliberated, and they appear to have reached a consensus, a general consensus, which you may well see reflected in tonight's proceedings. With that, councillors, could I please now have nominations for the position of Mayor, the City of Boroondara, for the 2024-25 year. Councillor Baillieu.
I would like to nominate Councillor Sophie Tawney.
Thank you. Is there a seconder? Councillor Ibuki, seconding?
I'm delighted to second the motion, thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Tawney, do you accept the nomination?
I do, thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Are there any further nominations? There being no further nominations, I declare Councillor Tawney as the Mayor for the 24-25 year. Congratulations. Thank you. Now, can I please ask that Councillor Tawney come up to the front where, as is usual practice, the baton will be passed by the immediate past Mayor, Councillor Hollingsworth, who will put the chains on you. You'll start to feel the weight of office immediately. Got the papers for Sophie to use. Well done.
The next item on the agenda is the election of the Deputy Mayor. Councillors, could I have a nomination for the position of Deputy Mayor of the City of Boroondara? Councillor Abuki?
I'm delighted to nominate Councillor Franco as Deputy Mayor.
Thank you. Can I please have a seconder?
I'd be delighted to nominate Victor Franco.
Thank you, Councillor Baillieu. Councillor Franco, do you accept the nomination?
I accept the nomination.
Are there any further nominations? Councillors, we have one nomination for Deputy Mayor, so I would like to declare Councillor Victor Franco as the Deputy Mayor for 2024-2025. Thank you. The next item on the agenda is the election of chairpersons to delegated committees of council. Councillors, could I have a nomination for the position of chairperson of the Urban Planning Delegated Committee? Councillor Fren Pereira.
Yes, I'd like to nominate Councillor Westgalt.
Thank you. Could I please have a seconder? Councillor Hollingsworth.
I would certainly second that nomination for Councillor Gold. Thank you.
Councillor Gold, do you accept the nomination?
I would be delighted to, Mayor. Thank you.
Are there any further nominations? There being no further nominations, I declare Councillor Gold appointed as the Chair of the Urban Planning Delegated Committee. Councillors, could I have a nomination for the position of Chairperson of the Services Delegated Committee, please? Councillor Gold?
I would like to nominate Councillor Rob Baillieu. Thank you.
Thank you. Can I please have a seconder? Councillor Pattis.
Thank you. Happy to second, Chair.
Thank you. Are there any further nominations? There being no further nominations, I declare Councillor Baillieu appointed as Chair of the Services Delegated Committee. The next item on the agenda is the Audit and Risk Committee membership for 2024-2025. I'll take this opportunity to remind my fellow councillors that the Local Government Act states that the Audit and Risk Committee must be comprised of majority independent members. Therefore, the maximum councillor representation is 2. If more than 2 councillor nominations are received, I will call for votes for each nominee in the order in which they were nominated. Once 2 nominations have been carried, the remaining nominations will not be voted on as the committee is at capacity. For a vote to be carried and the councillor appointed, they must receive the majority of votes. If a nominee does not receive a majority of votes, they will be deemed defeated and I will move on to the vote for the next nominee. Please keep this in mind when casting your vote for each nominee. Councillors, could I have a nomination for the 2 councillor member positions for the Audit and Risk Committee? Councillor Hollingsworth?
I would like to nominate Councillor Sinfield
Thank you.
and Councillor Friend Prieur.
Councillor Hollingsworth, do you want to reconsider your second nomination? I think Councillor Friend.
And Councillor...
I'm happy to nominate a second councillor.
Thank you, Councillor Franco.
I nominate Councillor Shimei Buki.
Thank you. Can I have a seconder for each of those nominations, please? Councillor Nolan? Your light is on.
Yeah, I'm happy to second Councillor John Friend Pereira. Sorry.
I just for Councillor Nolan, I moved Councillor Shimei Buki as the nominee.
Okay. I'm happy to nominate or to second Councillor Shima Ibuki.
Just ask
Yeah.
Councillor Pereira to confirm whether he's willing to accept the nomination.
Okay. Councillor Pereira, are you willing to accept a nomination at this point?
No, I'm not willing to accept a nomination at this point. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Franco.
I'm happy to second the nomination for Councillor Sinfield.
Thank you. Councillor Franco, can I confirm that you are nominating Councillor Sinfield and Councillor Ibuki for positions on the Audit and Risk Committee, as appears on the motion on the screen?
Chair, if it assists, the nominations were made by Councillor Hollingsworth and Councillor Franco. Then they now need to be seconded.
Councillor Sinfield, we have one motion on the screen.
Do you need me? Yeah.
So I'm seeking a mover for that motion. Councillor Galt.
A mover, I thought we'd already had it moved.
Sorry.
Well,
We're now seeking
I-
a mover for
can
the
I
motion
make
that's on the
a-
screen.
Right,
I make
I'd be delighted to move the motion that's on the screen. Mayor.
Thank you. Can I have a seconder for that, please? Councillor Hollingsworth. Thank you.
Sorry, Councillor Sinfield and Ibuki, do you accept the nominations?
Councillor Sinfield and Councillor Ibuki, do you accept the nominations for the Audit and Risk Committee for 2024-2025?
Yes, I do.
Yes, I do.
Are there any further nominations? No? I declare that Councillor Sinfield... Oh, sorry, I put it to the vote. All those in favour? Against? I declare it carried. Congratulations. The next agenda item is the Council and Committee meeting schedule for 2024. To introduce this report, I call upon the Manager of Governance and Legal.
Through you, Madam Mayor, under the Local Government Act, Council can schedule meetings in advance, and traditionally at the City of Boroondara, Council schedules the meetings for the next calendar year in advance. The meeting schedule has been suggested as annexed, and an officer recommendation is on screen.
Councillors, are there any questions for the officer? There being no questions, is someone prepared to move the motion on screen? Councillor Gold?
Mayor, I'd be delighted to move the motion as it appears on the screen. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Gold. Councillor Patters, is someone prepared to second that motion?
Yes, Chair. Madam Mayor.
Thanks, Councillor Patters. Is anyone opposed? I'd like to put the motion to the vote. All those in favour? I declare the motion carried.
Next item, election of office to introduce this item.
All right. So the next agenda item is the oath or affirmation of office. To introduce this report, I call upon the Manager of Governance and Legal.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Through you, Madam Mayor. On the 11th of November, councillors took an oath or an affirmation of office before the Chief Executive Officer under the Local Government Act. This motion that's proposed by officers notes the oath or affirmation of of councillors that was taken.
Councillors, are there any questions for the officer? Councillor Patters?
Madam Mayor, I'm just, it's being corrected as we speak, but just want to make sure that what's written on the screen is what you intend.
Let's just get it right. Let's see whether we can get it right quickly. Councillors prepared to move the motion as it appears in your agenda. No, so this is on the screen. But there is also on their agendas. Kill the screen. Yeah, so
Councillor Sinfield?
I'm prepared to move the officer's recommendation and I'm sure, entrust the officers to do the tidy up, and we'll have that attached to the minutes.
Thank you, Councillor Sinfield. Can I have a seconder for that motion? Councillor Patters?
Yes, Madam Mayor.
Thank you.
Is anybody opposed?
Is there anyone opposed? I will now put the motion. All those in favour? Against? The motion is carried. That brings us to the end of the agenda for this evening. I congratulate my councillor colleagues on their appointments tonight. Thank you to the community, family and friends for watching these important proceedings this evening, either in the gallery or via the council website. I wish you all well, and I now declare the council meeting closed. Goodbye for now.